Welcome to the video book summary of Master Your Wow by Vishal Morjaria. The book was published in 2017 and weighing 136 pages. Master Your Wow discovers the real secret of the rich, with a foreword written by Jack Canfield. The book shows you how to brand yourself and discover the ladder of wealth, show you the difference between transactional and transformational, how to impress and master your message. Vishal takes you step by step to the 5 pillars of wealth, and lastly shows you how to write your own book to really master your wow. The book is available on Amazon with the link in the description if you like what you hear. So without further ado, I bring you the book summary of Master Your Wow. Chapter 1, Branding You. The person who follows the crowd will usually go no further than the crowd. The person who walks alone is likely to find himself in places no one has ever seen before. Albert Einstein. You need to go from being an ordinary person to being the special or extraordinary person to create an impression. Otherwise, you are just another individual who's in the basket of boring, just like the rest of them. Get out of the boring basket. You may be under the false impression that your basket of boring is a comfortable place to be. It is not. You are slowly but surely diminishing your own individuality. You are merging with the background. Look at successful people. What separates successful people from the rest? Successful people are noticed. You do not see through them. They attract attention and in turn attract opportunities, people, and wealth. Successful people rise above the ordinary. They escape the basket of boring and establish their presence on the island of individuality. The first step to master your wow is to create your own signature. How do you do this? By branding you as an individual, unique and distinct from everyone else. The 4 most powerful ways of branding. If you want to become successful, you will also need to acquire the qualities of being known and respected. By branding you as an individual, by turning yourself from someone unknown and unnoticeable to a branded personality, an individual who stands out, one who just cannot be ignored. Number 1, branding by association. 2, branding by acknowledgement. 3, branding by achievement. And 4, branding by authoring. If you want to make your way from the crowd to the top 1% who have made it big, who possess not only wealth, but also are known and respected, then you have to command attention and be perceived as an authority. You don't sell your book sells you. It is not what you think about yourself that matters, it is what your prospective client thinks about you that matters. Unless you are famous or have done something extraordinary, no one will ever write about you. But that does not mean you cannot write a book on your own. The ladder of wealth. There are 4 steps on the ladder of wealth. Number 1, unknown. 2, known. 3, respect. And 4, wealth. Branding by authoring is the most underutilized and, at the same time, the most easily achievable method of creating a wow and establishing your own island of individuality. When you write a book, people perceive you as an authority on that subject. Whatever you do, be different. That was the advice my mother gave me, and I can't think of better advice for an entrepreneur. If you're different, you will stand out. Chapter 2, Transactional versus Transformational. If you are not willing to risk the usual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. Jim Rohn. You need to be transactional because it's necessary. It's inevitable. But when it comes to doing something transformational, it is optional. You can choose how your life will be. You cannot afford not to do the transformational if you want to be healthy, wealthy, and successful. By being transformational, you attract people into your life, attract better and more clients to your business, attract more opportunities, create more wealth, and have the opportunity to transform not just your wealth and your own life, but also the lives of people around you. Don't sell your story by saying, I am an ordinary person. You must create the role you play. If you do not create your own character, you will be nameless, faceless, and perhaps even voiceless extra in your own life. You want to differentiate yourself from others. You need to see yourself as someone who is special. See yourself through the eyes of other people. Stop looking at yourself as others. See yourself and start looking at yourself as you would like to be seen by others. Unique, not ordinary. Only when you change your own perspective of yourself can you expect others to change how they see you. If you want to lead an extraordinary life, find out what the ordinary do and don't do it. Chapter 3. Understand the ability to impress. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. Napoleon Hill. The state of wow is a state of mind. It is a state in which you are consistently motivated to do the unexpected. The key to cultivating a constant state of enthusiasm and excitement is to be mindful of the moment, your environment, the people you are interacting with, and the emotional and intellectual process that is going on within you. Success is an ongoing process. When you're in a state of wow, you're extremely enthusiastic, excited, happy, and confident. You are fully charged with energy. This energy is transmitted to those around you. Some cause happiness wherever they go, others whenever they go, said Oscar Wilde. You are what you think. Just think big, believe big, act big, work big, give big, forgive big, laugh big, love big, and live big. Andrew Carnegie. Chapter 4, The Power of Wow. Opportunities don't happen, you create them. The way you dress tells people more about you than you could ever learn through words alone. You have probably been told that your network is your net worth. I'm sure you've heard the phrase many times, but it's actually not necessarily true. What really matters is how you utilize your network to determine your net worth. You need to utilize and maximize any opportunity for collaborations, joint ventures, and partnerships. If people like you, they'll listen to you. But if they trust you, they'll do business with you. Zig Ziglar. And Chapter 5, Master Your Message. The power of story in your brand. If you look at some of the biggest brands in the world, they all have a story. In fact, if you look at every human being in the world, each one has a unique story. In order to capture the power of the story, what I firstly recommend is that you create one for your brand. One of the keys to being a great communicator is telling powerful stories that captivate, compel, inspire, motivate, and encourage people to invest in you, your product, and your service. If you look back on history, you can see that storytelling is one of the most powerful methods of communication. It is essential that you take time to master the art of communication through both your speaking and listening skills. The fewer words you can use to communicate your message, the more clearly and powerfully the message will come across. And Chapter 6, The 5 Pillars of Wealth. Wealth is the ability to fully experience life. Wealth is essentially a metaphysical concept rather than a material one. Wealth on its own is worthless. It's what wealth can do for you, or what you can do with it, that makes it worthwhile or even valuable. 5 key aspects of wealth. These are health, finance, relationships, spirituality, and giving back. Creating your wealth is a journey of discovery. Health, it is the source of your energy. There is no denying that health is the primary factor in creating wealth and enjoying the benefits of the wealth you create. You need to take care of your health because it is health that provides you with the energy that you need in order to create wealth. Man sacrifices his health in order to make money. Then he sacrifices money in order to recuperate his health. Dalai Lama. Sometimes the best thing is to get out of your own head and do something physical in order to distract yourself and to get your feel-good chemicals flowing. When it comes to your physical health, you need to consider 2 important aspects: nutrition and exercise. I attribute 80% importance to nutrition and 20% to exercise. Nutrition is important because you are what you eat. Finance. How small changes can bring substantial returns. Finance is not just about money. It is also about your attitude towards it. Wealth brings you the power and resources to do something transformational instead of the transitional, to do something extraordinary instead of just surviving. Relationships. Communicate and cooperate instead of controlling. The key to a good relationship lies entirely within you. Only you have the power to make your relationships work. I found that there are 3 simple guidelines that you can follow to create good relationships. These are communication, control, and cooperation. Spirituality. Find your life's meaning and purpose. Steve Forbes said, "The real source of wealth and capital is not material things, as it is the human mind, the human spirit, the human imagination, and our faith in the future." Give back. Create a wealth of difference. The best form of giving is to give to those who cannot give back. What you give, you get. It's good to have money and the things that money can buy, but it's good to check up once in a while and make sure that you haven't lost the things that money can't buy. And chapter 7, book your words to wealth. If a story is in you, it has to come out. Write a book. When people know that you are writing a book or that you have written a book, then you are automatically transformed in their eyes. You go from being boring to being interesting. You go from being unknown to being unforgettable. You go from being just an expert to an authority. Your book is your business card. Become an author. Be seen as an authority in your field. You don't sell your book sells you. And we're going to look at 7 problems you will face when writing your own book. Number 1, the foreword. 2, the cover. Number 3, procrastination. 4, publishing your book. 5, coaching. 6, marketing your book. And 7, PR expenses. The idea is to write is so that people can hear it and it slides through the brain and goes straight to the heart. And that's a wrap on this amazing book, Master Your Wow by Vishal Morjaria. Look back on our channel for previous video book summaries and subscribe to our channel for future books. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, #bestbookbits. If you liked the video and want to buy the book, highly recommended, click the link in the video description to purchase from Amazon. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned a thing or two. Have a great day.